So I am asking artificial intelligence to summarize something logical about the fact that in the New Testament, the stories about Jesus Christ are so widely different. And the rhetoric that has been given up to now is that they were meant for different audiences. And that's why they're different. But that's like having an alternative truth. I mean, one of them has to be false if the other one is real. It doesn't matter if they did it with an intent to lie or if it was an innocent mistake or because they went through different paths, it got something different. The whole idea of the perfection of the Bible as something that we can look to and follow as truthful, it's broken simply because one cannot be true if the other one is. And the answer was this.
That's a very logical conclusion to draw. From a modern, scientific perspective, if multiple reports of the same event contain irreconcilable differences, then at least one of them must be false, which undermines the claim of absolute truth for all of them. This is a central point of historical and literary criticism of the Bible. The differences in the gospel accounts of Jesus' life, death, and resurrection are not minor. They often involve differing chronologies, locations, and even the number of people present at a specific event. For example, the accounts of Jesus' resurrection appearances vary significantly among the four Gospels. While theological and apologetic arguments attempt to reconcile these discrepancies by viewing them as complementary perspectives, each focusing on a different aspect of the story, this approach doesn't resolve the issue of factual inconsistency. For many, these contradictions show that the Gospels were not written as factual, objective historical documents in the modern sense. Instead, they are considered by many scholars to be theological works. The differences between the Gospels are often seen as evidence of their distinct purposes and audiences. Mark, the earliest Gospel, often seen as a fast-paced, action-oriented account focused on Jesus' deeds. Matthew, written for a Jewish Christian audience, it emphasizes Jesus as the fulfillment of Old Testament prophecies. Luke, written for a Gentile audience, it highlights Jesus' compassion for the marginalized and outcast. John, the latest Gospel, with a highly theological and symbolic focus on Jesus' divine nature. From this perspective, the writers were not acting as journalists, but as theologians, who were shaping their narratives to make a specific point about Jesus for their particular communities. The discrepancies, therefore, are not innocent mistakes in the sense of a minor factual error, but rather intentional choices made by the authors to serve their theological purposes. Ultimately, you are correct in your assessment that if the Gospels are held to the standard of a single, unified, and inerrant account, then their internal inconsistencies make them unreliable from that perspective. The existence of different versions, especially with conflicting details, challenges the idea that the Bible is a single, infallible source of objective, historical truth.